So hi, this is Victor. Welcome to my channel Vic 5 in Season 5. So time for another Lego project. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the Back to the Future DeLorean. Okay, so the first thing we have to do, of course, is open it up. So I'm going to just set up the camera and then we can get started. Okay, so hang on here. Okay, and there we have it. All right. So the last time I was doing this, I was using a knife or one of those utility blades, which might be a little bit trickier. So I'm going to try something different. Oh, look at this. They actually have this thing here. Didn't notice this before. So that's what happens here. Okay, so hold on. Is this? Can I get this out? Oh, I guess this is an easier way to do it than that. Okay, so now we don't need that. So let's take everything else out. All right, there's empty. And we'll just put this right here, close this up. And there's two ways to do this. Apparently, you can do it as a flying version with the wheels up, or you can do it as a dry version with the wheels down. I'm going to do it with the wheels down. Okay, so we have the book. This looks kind of interesting. There we have it. Look at that. Okay, and then we have how many bags? We've got bag number 4. We've got bag number 5. We've got bag number 2. Oops, hold on. We have bag number 3. We have bag number 1. All right. And then we have some decals. Okay. So, and then as well, surprisingly not in a bag, looks like a frame. And I'm not sure what these things are yet. There has something like this in there. I'm not sure what that is for. We'll see. Maybe it's for display or something. Who knows? Okay. Anyway, so there we have it. And I'm just going to put that into a tray. Hang on here. I have a tray here. So we're just going to put this, and this here, and we're going to put that aside over there. Okay. So so I think the first thing I'm going to do is lay it all out into the pieces I need for the first bag. So I'm going to open this first bag up and lay it all out. Let's first, of course, just open this bag up out of curiosity and see what do we have in it anyway, just so you guys can see. So I'm going to put this bag aside over here, this one over here, that 1, 3, and 2 right there out of the way. This one I'm going to put away back in the library. And we have this bag over here that I'm just going to open up. Make sure it's completely empty. And oops, we have some other things. Bag 7. Nope, bag 1 and 1. Odd. Okay. So this is completely empty, so I can get rid of this. Okay. And then we have a whole bunch of small pieces here. And we have this bag here. So I wonder if I should open this up. Maybe. It has a number on it here. There and there. Interesting. Okay, well, let's do that. Hang on. I'm going to put this all over here for the moment. And just open this up and see out of curiosity what we have here. Looks like some small pieces. It is small pieces. See that bunch of small pieces? And I'll bet you this one has it too. Okay, let's just take a look here. And a bunch of small pieces here too. Yeah, small pieces there too. All right. So again. Actually, I can just take this out. Oops. Put that there. And this one over here, right there. I'm going to keep this this together just in case the instructions refer to, they have a number right here. See that? Number 6605478. And this one has 6605492. So that might be significant. Put this over there. These are over here. And yeah. Okay. So there we have the first opening up, unboxing, and so to get this organized and start laying it out according to all that. You know, look at that. Oh, how about that? Duh. That's the first bag. Or is it? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I will be back when I have it all laid out, and then we can start the assembly process. Okay. There we go. We've got all the parts laid out for the first bag. There it is. Not too bad, not too many. Manual is ready. Now, by the way, these bags just happen to be in a bag, not particularly one order or another, because they were kind of mixed when it came to putting this all together. So anyway, I'm going to set up the camera here, and then we can get started with the construction. Hold on. Whoops. There, you can see it really well there. Okay, and we are good to go. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Let me just double check, make sure I am recording. Yes, I am recording. Okay. I've had a few technical difficulties sometimes. All right. Anyway. Okay, so the first thing is to put the person together. So we've got this piece here with the, I think this is the Marty McFly one. And we have that, and then we're going to put his vest on, which goes like that. Head and hair. Yeah. There. So Marty McFly is ready to go. Okay. Yeah. And then the professor. So on the next page, we have the professor, and oops, I think I did that backwards. Hold on, I did. This is, put this apart. Hold on. Yep, put them together backwards. Okay. That's strange. Okay. All right, there we go. Better. And there's the head. And of course the hair. There it is. There we go. And he has a wrench in his hand. So, whoops. Put that right there. There we go. Okay, that's done. Put that over there, and we'll get started. So the first piece is going like this, and then the next piece is kind of going like that. Yeah. Okay. Then we have this piece here, and it's going like this, and then this one is going, looks like in the middle, kind of like that. Okay. Then we have these pieces, which are going on either side, right this way, there and there, and I think it's also on the other side. Yes, so it's kind of like there and there. All right. Then this this piece over here is going to go on top. I believe it's like that. Okay, and then this piece is going to go like this. There we go. And what do we have next? Oh, we have these ones. Two more of these. Whoops. And they are going underneath on here. So they're going like that. Whoops. No, not quite like that. Like this. Like that and like that. Okay. Kind of like, what am I missing here? I am missing something. Hold on. Not quite. Let's see. What am I doing wrong? Ah, that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay. There we go. So it's like that. Okay. And then we have these square things going over here, right there, and right there. Okay. And then we have blue things going on here, right there, and right there. Okay. And what's next? Okay, we have these things going to the side, like that, and like that. So there we go. Okay. And then we have this thing going beside the blue thing. Let's see here. It is, we've got this like that. And it's going right over here. Although, let's see, am I missing something? Hold on. Nope, I am, oh, it's right over here. They're going on top here. And then another blue one going right there. Okay. So there we have that. And next thing we're doing, we're rotating it this way. And so this one is not supposed to be like that. So I wonder if this piece looks like it's out of place. I wonder. Hold on. Got to go back for a second and see where that piece is supposed to go. This piece is going, oh, I think it's supposed to go here. That makes more sense. All right. Okay, so going back over to this piece going like that. All right. Then we have these two pieces which are going on the inside like that and like that. There we go. And then we've got, now we're taking this piece, and this piece is like this. Actually, it's identical there. And according to this thing, we have to put this piece, oh, see that? Kind of fits in like that. Go figure. Okay. So we have that. All right. I'm not sure why the symbol is over here. I'm not sure if you can see. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but we may find out later. Okay. So we have these red ones, and these red ones are going to go here and here. Let's see. Okay. And then we have this piece and this piece going in here like that. And then this is going like that. All right. So there is so far. Now we've got these two smaller pieces which are going to go on the end here. See that? And then this piece goes on this end here, right there. Then we've got these round pieces, 4 of them, and they're going to go at each end. They're going to go according to this, it's going to go kind of like in here. Hold on. Right there. And at each end right over here. Plus over here. Plus there. Oops. Up. There we go. So there they are. All right. Then we've got one of these, which is supposed to go in the middle over here. Okay. And then we have this piece, which is going beside it, right there. And then we have two red ones, which are going in the middle over here, and in the middle right in there. There we go. Then we have two blue ones, which are going, according to this, first we got to put this thing beside there. So they're going over here, and it's going, I think, nope. Hold on. Yep, there we go. Put that back here. Hold on. There's supposed to be one on each one. So how's that going to work? Okay. According to this, oops. Am I doing it the other way around? Yes, I am. It's supposed to go like, maybe like this. Go figure, yep. And like that. And then these blue things on top of this. And on top of that. So there we have it. Okay, next page. So we have two more of these, and they're going on either side of this. So they're in black. Okay. So there they are. And then we have these kind of corner things, which are going to go, according to this, okay, they kind of like have like an axle hole, see that? Anyway, they're going to go, according to this, is going to go right here. And right there. And then the same thing on this side. Okay, make sure I have it lined right. Whoops. There. And there. So there, right along here. Okay, almost near the end. So two angled ones, and they're going to go in front. Okay, so these angled ones are going to go in front right here and right there. And then we have one blue one, which is going to go right in the middle over here. One angled one, or sorry, round half kind of thing, which is going to go right, oops. It's going to go right there, see right there. And then we have one dot that goes on top here. There we go. Then now we have this kind of a dash thing, which goes up. So first we have to do, before we do that, we got to take one of these and put that there, like that. And then we have this thing that goes on top like this. So hold on, like that. See that? A round thing that goes, not this, this goes in front, like that. And then in front of that goes this thing over here. I wonder if this is like the flux capacitor. And then this thing goes in front like this. There we go. Okay. So now we have this thing that's going to go in there. Gear shift. See that? Gear shift. And then we have these things, which are going to go over here. Okay. Whoops. And we have these things, which are going to go right there, like that, and like that. You know, it sure makes it easy when you lay all this out. Okay, so now we have the wheel wells, which are going to go right there. Oops, this thing came off. Press too hard. Okay. So here we have to make sure that this is pressed there. So wheel wells. There you go. Okay. And getting near the end of the first section. So this is going to go in the front. Let's see where we have. Oops. There it is. Had the wrong alignment. Right there. This goes in the middle right there. See right in the front. And then we have this that goes right across here like that. And these things in front that goes like that and like that. And then we have these things which are going to go over here like that. And over here like that. There we go. And two more pieces. So where's this going? Up. So we have to do this going into like that. And then this going into like that. So then we have two of these. So we have another one like this going in like this. See that? And then this on top like that. So there we have it. Looks almost like headlights. Okay, and then these things go, oh, okay, like that. And like that. Hold on. The diagram is a little bit differently, I wonder. Okay. This is, yeah, never mind. Okay, so we have two more pieces left, and these two pieces are going to go right over here like this, and then right over here like that. And then the last piece is going to be on top like that. It's going to go like here. And over here like there. Okay, so that, oh yeah, because this is the rear of the car. See the rear right there. Okay. All right, so that is it. There is the first part finished. Let's take a look. And so as you can see in the diagram, there we have the matching, whoops, I guess you can't see it like that, there. Okay, so there's the one part of it all done. And yeah, and then we'll have to continue on with the next section. And there we have the two characters. All right. So I will be back for the next section. Okay. Here. There we go. Okay. So here we are back, ready to start with bag number 2. I decided to put the characters in the seat, so now you can actually see how that looks because they're in here, in there, right? So I'm going to break open the bag, and then we're going to get, well, actually, I'll just cut this bag. Hold on. There we go. Okay, let's just lay all these out. There it is. By the way, these are the extra pieces right over here from the first bag. All right, there's this bag, so we'll just keep that there, and I'll get this organized, and then we can get started. Okay, hang on. Okay, so we're ready to get started on bag number 2, so let's take a look. So this is all spread out, so it's actually a smaller amount, and there's that. You're not going to see if I can put it together with the characters in, with you guys being able to see, but we'll see. All right, so I'm going to set up the camera over here, and so there it is, and we'll get started. Okay, so first thing is, whoops, maybe we have this piece going with that piece. Okay, and it's just going to go kind of like that. Oh, all the way along. Okay, so that's why there's 8 pieces of these. So there, there. Okay, like that. See that? And one more. All right. And then we have these things on top. And then this goes in the back of the vehicle, and looks like it goes, I guess, on here. Hold on. Goes underneath like that. Okay. Yeah, bumper. Okay. Oh, so that's what that is. See, sticker. Okay, so we have a sticker here, and this sticker goes on here. This is number 6. It's got a number on there. So I'm going to get tweezers. Hang on. Okay, so I'm back with tweezers. So these tweezers go right on here. Says Delorean. If you can see that, it's Delorean. Okay, although I wonder, I can probably put it on later. I don't really need it on right now, so maybe I'll do that later. Yeah. Okay. So let's continue on. We have one of these, which goes on according to this right there. And then we have these blue ones, which go all the way around it. Okay. Kind of like there, there, and there. And then we have this, which goes according to this. It looks like it's going to go here. Okay. And these things are going to go right like that. Okay. There. And then we have these things, which are going to go on either side like that. Oops, not this, sorry. This thing here. And right over here. Okay. And what's next? Okay, these things are going to go, looks like, according to this, it's going to go right in front of that. So basically right here and right there. Okay, and then we've got two blues. The two blues are going first. There. And there. And then according to this, the gray one goes here. The red one goes here. So there we have that. Okay, and then we have these two blue ones going over here in the front. So right there, and whoops, right there. And then this long one goes across here like that, right in front. I guess I'm gonna have to raise this one. Whoops. Well, hang on, let me take him out. Okay. And we're gonna put this right there. All right. And then the next stage is this thing here has, according to this, it's on this side. Oh, okay. So this goes, well, that's kind of interesting. It goes beside it, right there. See? And the other one goes on the other side. Okay. Put this blue thing in, put this like that, and there we go. Okay. Then we have these things, which are going to go, okay. So we have these things going on this side, and then this going right in there. Whoops. There we go. And then the same thing on the other side. This one goes here, whoops, like that. And it goes on the opposite side like that. So right there. Okay. Now we have this thing which goes like that. So there's that. And then we've got another one where we have red on there and then a green. Okay, and then these things go, according to this, they go on, looks like in here. See that? Kind of like there. Okay. So kind of like right in there. And then we have this thing and this thing, which goes on the inside. Oh, okay. And that is the flux capacitor, which goes kind of like a window. Snaps in there, and then this thing snaps on top of this, like that. Okay. I'm almost wondering if there's anything, it's not really aligning fully like that. Let's see if I got that right. I do. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay, so we have these things going like that for both of them. Okay, and then they go okay, hold on. These things I think are somewhere else. They are somewhere else. Hold on. I wonder if they're over here. I think that's where they're supposed to go. Because these things now go in here. See, there's this cavity kind of in here. Actually, I can remove this so you can kind of see this. If I take this one out, right, you can kind of see where this goes in like this. There, see that? And it kind of goes like that. These ones go in here like this. I guess these are like the seats. So then this goes back in here. Like that. Okay. So I guess that makes more sense. There we go. Okay. So then we have this, which goes in the back, and it looks like it goes right in there. And then we have this thing, which goes in the middle of that. Okay. So see right over here. Okay, hang on. Take this one out. See, there's this kind of a clamp thing, and it just kind of goes in there like that. See that? So now I can put this back. You'd almost think that that would be first and then this, but anyway. And then this goes like that or forward. Okay. Anyway, onward. And now we have these things, which are going like this, and this one is in through here. So this is kind of a square thing, and it goes like that. And it looks like this goes all the way like that. So we have two of these that we're going to do. Yeah. Okay, and then each of these ones goes in this kind of a hole here, right there. So both of them go kind of like, see this hole right there? A hole right there. I almost need a flashlight. Okay, so they kind of go in here like that, and like that. Actually, they don't go very far in, interestingly enough. And it's not a very tight fit, very loose fit actually. Oops, hold on. Okay, it's a bit more. There you go. And what do we have left? Okay, so we have two of these things. Okay, with these things, you have this. Let's see if I line this right. Okay, so this thing goes in here like that. And the same thing over here. This thing goes in here like that. And then these things go in the front. They go in, let's see. Where are they going? Oh, that's where they're going. They kind of go, hold on. They go in here. And Okay. And then we have this thing, which goes, looks identical. Okay. So we have this, and we have this. And then this piece goes, looks like it goes into these things here. See this right there? So hold on, I think I have to put it a little bit apart in order to fit that in there. Let's see here. Oops. Yep. There it is. Okay. And I think we're just about done. This red one goes, let's see. It goes right in here. Like that. Okay, so there we have it. So we're ready for bag number 3. So bag number 3 is right here. And we're just going to cut this open. There we go. Oh, every piece is out there. So I'm going to lay this all out. And then we are continuing with bag number 3. So hang on. Okay, so we are ready now to start bag 3. Bag 3 is also pretty small. There it is. And these are so far the leftover pieces right there, plus that piece right there, not the long ones. And so we'll get started. Okay, so this is going along pretty smooth. I'm just going to set this camera up here, hold on, so that you guys can see again. And yeah, all right. So let's get started. I should go pretty fast. All right. So we start with that piece and that piece, which goes kind of like there. Hold on. And it goes right along the top here and goes right there. Okay. And I'm looking at, hold on. Whoops. I'm looking at, looks like there's, yep, there it is. Okay. Moving on. We have these two pieces. Oh, hold on. So we have to do something with this. Okay, so we're doing, this goes in like that. Okay, odd. Same thing with that. So this thing goes on together like this in here. Okay, like that. There we go. See that? Okay, and then these things go, oh, are they angled? Yep, they do angle. Look at that. Okay, so they apparently go on the outside of this, so they go right over here. So there we go, and they kind of have it angled like that. And then these things go on the side too. See right there, and then you can see where it angles. See that? Right there. Okay. Whoops, can you see that? Okay. And what do we have? Then we have this, and we have this that goes on top of this. There we go. And then this goes in right behind here. So, and there. Okay. Then we have this thing that goes between these two things. Okay, that's kind of cool. So Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then we have, what do we have? We have these things and these things, which goes in the front, and that goes kind of like that. Okay. And where does this go? This goes on this side. Round, hold on. I think I've got this wrong. According to this, it is like that. And yeah, so the round thing, it's kind of like, see there? And then this goes right beside this in the front. It goes right in there. Okay. So there we have the round going in like that. And let's see. That's in the front. I may have this one backwards. Hold on. Where this one is, yeah, there's kind of like this. See, I turn that around there. And then back to that. Okay. And then this one goes back like that. There. Okay. A lot of small pieces. So these things, whoops, here we go again. This goes, according to this, like that. And that goes on the other side. It goes, let's see, right on here, like that. So that means that this one goes on this side, and it goes like that. So, okay. There we go. There we go. All right. Then we got this big flat, not big flat pieces, but flat pieces, and they go, according to this, they go right against there. So they gotta go like that. And same thing on this side, like that. There we go. And what next? Okay, so we have these black things which go on either side of the engine, and it goes kind of like, if I got this right, it goes on the red. Well, according to this, it goes on the red like that. Yeah. And then this thing goes on top like this. So kind of like that. And whoops, I think I got that wrong. So this one goes like that. Okay, so whoops. So this goes over here. And then this one goes like that on top there like that. See that? Okay. Then we have something we have to put together again. So we have this piece, which goes with this piece here. Okay. Which then goes with this piece here, or this clear piece. And then it goes with 3 red pieces. And I'm going to guess that's going to be a repeat. 1, 2, 3, and we do that, I think, 2 times. Yep. So we have this piece, then the white piece, then 3 red pieces. 1, 2, 3. See, there we go. And where does this go? This goes on either side of So there it is. It goes in the rear like this. There. There. Taillights, basically. Just make that flat. There. And then we have the end cap, which is going like this. There. And, whoops. There. Okay. Starting to look like it. Now, we have this piece going on this piece, so there it is, like that. And this goes between those two, so it goes right there. There we go. And then we have this piece going with two of these pieces. Okay, so this is like that. So it goes like this. Oops. Oops, wrong one. These clear ones. So here, two of these, and then what's next underneath it? Oh, one of these, which goes underneath. Are we missing something? We've got this, and then that goes underneath. Kind of like that. Okay. And then we have these pieces. Going according to this, it's going to be like that. Okay. So there we have this piece, which goes where? This goes on the rear side on one of them. I think it goes right here. There. That means that there's a second one. Yep, there's a second one. So, same thing where we have like this, like that, and like that, and like that, going on the other side. Oops, and this, of course. So there we have this, and it goes on the other side, which is right over here. So there you see it. Okay. And now we have this one with this. So this goes like that, and it goes like that. And there's a sticker on here. Okay, that's probably the other piece too. And that's going to go like that. And I'll bet you there's same thing on this side. We have this, or we're going to go with that. And this one over here. And then there's a sticker. Okay, and these things go, again, there's a sticker, the this kind of angle sticker right there, which we'll put on later. Although this is a small piece, I'm wondering if I shouldn't, hold on, this is going to go on the side like this. So, oh, hold on. It's going to go like that on here. So yeah, we can put the stickers on afterwards. And the same thing on this side. That's going to go like that. And there we have it. Okay. And then we're into bag number 4. So I guess we can put the drivers back in place. So we can put him here. And we can put the professor back in. Move him back a bit. There we go. And that wrench sure is getting in the way. Might have to remove that wrench. Maybe we'll just take that wrench out for the moment. And have him down there. So there. Okay. He's leaning a little more forward. Professor's leaning a bit back. Yeah. There we go. Looking kind of cool. All right, so we'll put that over there. And we will open up bag number 4. That should be more interesting. See, bag number 4 has bigger pieces. So there we have bag number 4. Oh, we got a steering wheel here. Fender flares. Okay, so I'm going to set this up. And then we can get started on bag number 4. Okay. And there is, of course, we'll do a kind of a look around so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. There we go. And yes. All right. Okay, so we are ready to start with bag number 4. It's getting exciting because then we have one more bag left, which looks like the really interesting bag. But anyway, here we are. And this is some of the pieces left over. Now, sometimes I'll miss some pieces. They'll be here and then I'll find them. And then, yeah. Okay, so anyway, let's set this up. And then we can get started on bag number 4. All right. Okay. So we start with over here with this one here, and what are we doing? I put the characters back in. I think I can keep them in there. So we're going to start with this over here, this white one right there, and then we have this thing here, which goes apparently right in the middle there. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let's see, is it going on this end? It goes on the other end. Okay, so it goes on this end. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to put these hands up. Do they go up? Oh, no, they don't. This one does. And this one is kind of in the way. Okay, it's that vest stopping it from going up. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. So then we have this piece, which is going to go, let's see, where is this piece going? Okay, I really can't see where this piece is going. This is, oh, there it is. Okay. It's going right here. All right. So, there we go. Then this piece is going to go right over here in front there. Interesting. And then we have this piece, which is with, oh yeah, right. This is going to go over here. It's going to go like that. And it's going to go like this. So there's a bunch of them, 5. And then we have this piece going over here like that. And this piece is going to go on the next one. It's actually going to go on this side over here. See that? It's going to go in the car. The reason I'm showing it to you first is because when it's going on here, like that, I think, we have to put this on here. See, it matches that kind of thing there. So I'm going to take the tweezers and I'm going to just take this out. And let's see if I can try and match it up. So it should be like this. Hang on. It's kind of like that. You know, this is not bad. Actually, whoops. That sticks really well. Okay. Almost had it. Hang on here. Okay. There. I did previously put this one on here, and I did put the Delorean on here, again with the tweezer method. So there's that. See that? And that actually matches pretty well, surprisingly. Okay. So going back to this page again, hold on. We have, oh, yes, I guess we are on the right track. So next one over, there it is on that side. So now on this one here, we have this over here, and then we have this over here, and then we have this over here. Oops, like that. It's too bad that it actually doesn't have gull wing doors working. I mean, I don't think it does, because it's a more simpler model. If they ever made a more complicated one, like the Star Wars Mandalorian Razor Quest, then that might be a different story. Okay, so then we have, looks like the rear view mirror. So this goes over here. And then this kind of a corner piece thing, round, goes on top like that. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Then we have this piece going, looks like right across here, like that. And then we have this piece here going right over here. So hold on, whoops, right there. Okay, and this character can still go back in here. So he's back there. Put that in there. There he is. A little bit back. Okay, there. Works. And what else do we have? Okay. Then we have the steering wheel. Okay, so the steering wheel is right there. The steering wheel works with this piece right over here, like that. Whoops, sorry. It has a spacer in here. So there's the spacer. And then this. Okay, and then the steering wheel goes it goes like that on top of this. Okay, so it goes right in here. Ah, interesting. So can we align the hands to the steering wheel? Kind of, at least one. Doesn't quite reach. Oh wait, actually, hold on. If I move him forward, can I? Let's see. Oh, I gotta turn the steering wheel. Hang on. Okay. We're gonna just try and see if we can't align it. Whoops. Whoops. Okay, hang on. Okay. It's a little more trickier. I think I need the tweezers here. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't look like we can exactly align the hands to there, but that's close enough. Anyway, whoops, this came off now. Back on. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Let's continue. So now we have this unit, and this unit is the dashboard. So that's going to go right beside it. So right there. Okay, there we go. And we have this unit, which again, I put a sticker on there. Right there it is right there. And that's going to go right beside here. Okay. On the dash. And that's right there. So there you go. Now we have this. Now we have to make something else. Oh, it's the other wheel, the other side. So we have this one going this way. And there. And there. And there. And there. And there. Okay, so of course this is going to go on this side. Now let's see. Interesting. This side is going to go on that side, but is it on the wrong side? Let's see here. Nope, it's on the right side. Okay. So we're going to put that right there. Oops. There we go. Yeah. I wonder why this one keeps falling out. Okay, let's try this again. Maybe we don't have it properly in. There we go. Bring that down a bit. There. Okay, so again, we're going to have to do the decal. So we're going to try that again. So we're going to go with the tweezers, taking this out. And seeing if I can't line this up really well. We'll see. Let's try that. And one more try. Almost. Let's see. Well, almost. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, so now what do we have? We have this piece. Hold on. We have one of these pieces that goes on here on the other side, right? Like that. We have this piece going on this side like that. We have this piece going on the side like that. From my over or extra stock. And then we probably have the same thing as before. Yep, we have this piece going like that, and this round piece kind of like going like that. So there we have it matching. And what else? Now we have this piece. Oops. We have this piece going like that. And we have these two pieces also going like that. Okay. Like that. There we go. Then we've got like this and like that. So we have that. And then we have these blue things going here. Whoops. Nice colors. And then we've got this going like that. And that going like that. And then we have these things going on this side. Okay, so this is going like that. And this is going like that. Oh, hold on. Wrong ones. It's this going like that, this going like that, and these things going over here like that, and these things going here like that. Okay, oh, kind of like a spoiler. And then these things going like, whoops, like that. There we go. There. See? And what else do we have? And then we have, oh, something else. This thing going like that. Okay. And then we have this going over here like this. See, like that. Then we have this like this. Interesting. Not sure what this is yet. There we have it. Okay. And then this is going now in the front. And it's going, I guess, like this. So it's like the front bumper. There we have it. Okay. And now we have this going in like that. That's kind of cool. And now we have these going in. Wheel wells. Okay. There it is. See that? And then we have this thing going right there. This goes like that. And we have this going like that. Okay. And we also have these things going here. Hold on. See right there. And right there. I'm going to put this back over here. And that's where we are for the moment. And we have this thing now going across here. Okay. And then we have this thing going across here like that. It's feeling pretty solid. And now we are in bag number 5. Okay, so bag number 5 looks kind of exciting. Let's just take a look here. We have we have a bag within a bag. So there's some small pieces here. We've got wheels. These wheels are actually, they feel very rubbery. Even though they look hard, they've got a rubber feel to them. So that's kind of cool. We're going to put these right here. I know we need this thing at some point, so I'm going to put this right over here. There's the windshield, so that's going to go right there. These other pieces I'm going to organize. I think these are hubcaps. They are hubcaps. So with these wheels, let's see. Turn all these wheels around. There we go. And the hubcaps are right there. So then I'll leave that stuff there. And where's the other hubcap? Right there. Okay, so there is this stuff, and then this one I'm going to just put here too. And the small bag, hang on. Let's see what the small bag is. Open that carefully. A lot of stuff empty. That's empty. There we go. And there's a whole bunch of stuff there. So I got to organize this. So, so I'm going to get this organized so that I can continue with the final build. And then here we have the current status of the DeLorean. All right. There we go. Okay, back soon. Okay, so we are ready for the final build. All the pieces are laid out over here. These pieces are left over. Some of these are based for having the DeLorean in the other configuration instead of this one, or sorry, this one, having it in the flying configuration. But I'm not doing the flying configuration, I'm doing this one. So, let's get the camera ready and then we will get started with the final assembly. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So let's get started. All right. So we start with two pieces here. These ones are going to go right here. And this one's going to go right here. This one is going to go right there like that. See that? There we go. And then we have these pieces are going to go here like that. And then this one over here like that. So there we go. Let's see, is that in? Oops. Let's try and pop that back in and then we'll go with, there we go. Okay. So those pieces are in place. Then we're going to go with these pieces on either side like that. Whoops. And like that. Whoops. Then we've got these pieces on either side like that. And like that. And then we have this piece going like that. And then this piece also going like that. There we go. Okay. Then apparently we have the windshield. Okay, so this is kind of exciting. We're going to just put the windshield in place. I see I have to put him back a bit. And he's in back, so I think the windshield will still fit now. Let's try that. Yes, look at that. The drivers are in place and it works. Okay, that's kind of exciting. So what are we doing next? Okay, we got to put something together. So what we have to do is we have to take one of these and one of these, put it together like that. Then we have it like this. And then we put this together like that. Okay. And then we orient it like this. And then we put this one together like that. And then we put this one together like that. And I'm guessing I'm going to make two of these. Yep. So I got to make a second one like this. All right. So we'll take this and we'll take, yeah, like that. And like this. Yep. Oh, nope. Hold on. Right. Yes. And like that. And like that. And then these go in the front. They go like that. Okay, hold on. See? Okay. And then we have this piece going, whoops, like this. And then these things going like that. And like that. And then we have, oh yeah, these things. So these things have this thing, let's see, it's going like that, and it goes in like this. These are kind of like windows almost. Okay, so let's just put that in here. We have two of these things. Hold on. There we go. There's one, and then the second one. There we go. So then these things go like this on either side. Headlights. And then we have these end caps over here. Whoops. Kind of like this. Kind of like that. And we are to the next stage. Up. These ones like that. And like that. So there we have it. See that? And we have this. This is like that. The DeLorean goes on here. So I'm going to have to do that afterwards. Actually, I should do it now because that's the final piece of the thing. But if I have this on here, can I do that? Hold on. If it goes on here like that. I should be able to put the DeLorean on there, so I want to do that as the final piece. This is the last sticker, and it says DMC. Okay. So, what's next? We have this piece. We have this piece with this corner piece and this round piece. So there we have that. And that goes on the front over here. Okay. There we go. There's a splitter. That kind of looks cool. Then we have the same thing on this side where we do the, is it on the right here and right there? And it goes on this side. There we go. Okay, that's in place. All right. So now we have this thing. Okay. So according to this, I have to start at this point over here. So this one right here, right there, see that? And then it goes down to this point over here. And then it goes up to this point over here. See that? And then it goes around to that point here. And it goes across here. And it goes here. And it kind of stretches to there. So there it is. Right there. and there, which I'm guessing the other side is going to be the same thing. And but they're not having me do that right away yet, so we'll do that soon. Okay, so we'll follow the next thing. Okay, so what do we have? We have this thing here, which goes like that. It goes like that. And then this goes, I guess, in here. Kind of like that. Yep, it does. So the same thing with the other one. You have this thing here, and then it goes right in there. See that? Kind of like, it's looking very cool. Look at that. Okay, so we have that. Now we have this thing in the back, which is going to go, okay, hold up. We have to have this going into here. Okay. And then this goes in here. Okay, so on this side. So kind of like in there. So like that. See that? And of course it goes out. Okay. And then we have these two pieces, which are going to go there. And it's going to go up. So now you got to push this down. Whoops. Hold on. There we go. Okay, I better put this one down so that next time. Okay, so then this one goes like this. And it goes into here. See that? There we go. And then we've got this piece, which goes in the middle there. Okay. Like that. And it kind of goes like this, and it kind of goes like that. Okay. Yep, now we do the other one. Same concept, where we put this here, and we bring it into there. See right there? We bring it underneath here. We bring it there. We bring it over there. And it goes into actually, it'd probably be easier to put this in the whole thing first. So we have that in there. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, put this back. Put this over here. See, right in there. Feed it through underneath here. Feed this one in here. Feed this underneath here. And feed this one here. It's a little bit tight, but whoops, forgot there. Okay, so that one is in place as well. So there we have that. Okay, looking good. Now what do we do? Up the other side. So what we have is this piece over here like that. We have this piece over here like that. Let's see, hold on. This one, oh right. So this one is a little angled. Whoops. There we go. Put this over here like that. Bring this one up here like that. And there we go. See that? And we have these things, which are going in, well, this one goes, I think they go in here. On the outside. So there. Kind of like yep. This one goes down. This one there they are. Okay. And what do we have next? We have the antenna, which goes I think it goes into here. Let's see, hang on. And oh, we're almost there. Okay. So we have this going in here. There. And we have the license plate that's going to go, see that? Right in here. Is that in? Now it's in. Yep. Now it's in. See that? Very cool. Okay. And then this thing. Okay. This thing goes, according to this, it goes in here. So there's kind of like a turn that a bit. There, see that? Okay, so we're almost there. Oh, hold on. Why is this off? I think, there we go, more centered. Okay. And finally the wheels. Oops, this went undone. So hold on, let me just put that back in place. There, just like that. Interesting. Okay. Now why does this one kind of want to go like that? See? Well, this one kind of goes against there, but this one is tricky. I wonder if it's because I have to bring it further down. Does it? Oops, that came off. Anyway, we'll figure this one out. Okay, so let's put the wheels together. Whoops. Okay. Some of these things are not like really tight on. Okay. Anyway, did I miss something? I'd drop anything? Let's see. I have an extra piece over here. I think it's fairly even. Yep, it is. Oops. Move this like that. There's the mirrors. Okay, this goes in the extra pieces. Okay, the wheels. So first with the wheels, you have this one. I have to make sure that I have the correct one. The wheels are, I want to make sure I'm getting it incorrect. Okay. So yeah, so this one, so it goes like this. Okay. And then, of course, these things are going in here like that because, okay, so that means that all of these ones, the caps go in here. So the caps go on this side. Right, like that. It's kind of nice that these are rubber. I kind of thought they were almost hard plastic, but they are rubber, or it has a rubber feel to it. Okay, so then each of these wheels is going to go like that in here. See there? We have the cross sections on the outside, and this goes in like that. See? Turns. And then the are, there we go, whoops. Yep. There we go. Okay, so the final piece is the wheels are on. Okay, so see, wheels go in. There we go. There we go. Wheel in. There we go. Wheel in. There we go. Wheel in. There we go. Now this one, I wonder if I put this one in here, well, this will work at least. There's something in there. Okay. This one goes in. I'm just going to put this in. I may take this out afterwards and just take a look at it, but anyway. So the final piece, there we have it, is the DMC sticker. So I got to make sure I do this correctly because I have only one chance. These things are really sticky. And so I want to make sure I get this perfectly correct. Hold on. So put this in place. There. And there we have the DeLorean. Okay. Mine is, of course, going doors, but still very cool. There it is. Let's just there we have it. Look at that. Okay. So, final build. This is all done. And so we're going to take a closer look at it. All right. So there we have the DeLorean. All right. And there we go. Yeah. A second look around. Let's take a look around. There. And all right. So there we have it, the DeLorean. I think it took about an hour overall. You know, again, using the method of pre-laying every piece out sure makes it more fun. You're not missing pieces, and it just kind of goes along smoothly. So of course, my next project is going to be this in about a month. And you know, that also looks like this can fit in the back of that. So we'll try that. Okay. And so there we have the DeLorean all done. 357 pieces. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. There we go. All right. So, thank you for watching. Have a great day and see you in my next episode. All right. And don't forget to subscribe. All right. Bye-bye.